Hello, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a development in the Rust situation. This is a statement from apparently over 25 members of the cast and crew coming out to defend Alec Baldwin and the movie of Rust. This was shared only on Alec Baldwin's Instagram. Suspect. Very suspect. Also, apparently is not signed by David Halls or Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. And furthermore, this coincides with Alec Baldwin deleting his Twitter after that disastrous interview, which was an atrocity. So let's take a look at this. I'm amazed that he has the audacity to put this out, basically. And it says, from some of the crew of Rust. I mean, we don't even know who it's from. We don't. Like, legitimately, this could be from anyone. To whom it may concern, this letter is written on behalf of the cast and crew of the film production Rust. It has not been sanctioned or influenced in any way by the producers, but it's only been shared by one of the producers. Yet, forgive me whilst I don't believe you, or I have some cynicism about that, some skepticism, you know, like, no. We, the undersigned, believe the public narrative surrounding our workplace tragedy to be inadequate and wish to express a more accurate account of our experience. Okay, but remember, people still did quit, and the end result was an unsafe work environment because of what happened. Keep that in mind. We are hurting from the loss of our friend and colleague, Helena Hutchins. She was, in many ways, at the heart of our production, and losing her hurt every single one of us. We are hurting from the loss of our togetherness, our spirit, and the loss of our labour. We are hurting from our friends that have been targeted by the public as they themselves grieve. This is just a pity party. Someone has died. Like, I don't have any pity for everyone else in this situation. I don't. Like, there needs to be, you know, an investigation. There needs to be, you know, a very sort of skeptical eye put across all of this. A very critical eye. It's not right just to dash it to one side and say, oh, we thought it was great. But it wasn't great. Fact, because of what happened. Unfortunately, in the film industry, it is common to work on unprofessional or hectic productions to gain experience and credits. That doesn't make it right. That is a ridiculous statement to make. That is utterly ridiculous. And also, that kind of statement makes me think that it's Alec Baldwin. Because if you watch the interview, he literally is like, oh, well, you know, it's indie films. I've worked on unsafe, hectic, you know, stressed films before. It's like, no, that doesn't make it right. None of it makes it right. And this is just echoing the same sentiment. Rust was professional. Okay. I mean, that statement negates your previous statement, but fine. Many of us have worked on these types of productions. Rust was not one of them, apparently. So why did you even bring it up? Why did you even bring it up? Rust was professional. We do acknowledge that no set is perfect, and like any production, Rust had areas of brilliance and areas that were more challenging. While we stand firmly with our unions and strongly support the fight for better working conditions across our industry, we do not feel that this set was a representation of the kind of conditions our unions are fighting against. And yet you hired non-union workers anyway, because union workers walked out and quit. We do support any and all efforts to make film sets safer to work on for all cast, crew and working animals. So allow the critical eye to be laid over this. The descriptions of Rust as a chaotic, dangerous and exploitative workplace are false and distract from what matters the most, the memory of Helena Hutchins dying. It was dangerous, fact, because someone is dead. You cannot sit there and say, Rust wasn't a dangerous set. Just forget the elephant in the room that someone was shot and killed on it. Forget that. Rust wasn't dangerous. No, because that elephant in the room means you're talking bollocks. I don't understand why that's a difficult concept to grasp. So apparently what matters most is the memory of Helena Hutchins and the need to find modern alternatives to outdated industry firearm and safety practices. No, you need to follow the safety practices. That's stupid. While it is true that a few crew members quit prior to the accident, the vast majority of us remained, never feeling the need to protest or quit. We were enjoying our workplace. Those disgruntled few do not represent the views of all of us. Okay, but that doesn't mean that the views of all of you are the morally robust views that, you know, potentially the ones that quit did have, i.e. this is an unsafe working environment. They haven't kept to their contract agreements. I don't plan to work here any longer because it's deemed unsafe, which was why they quit. And they did quit because there was 2 discharges from a firearm as well. So again, just because, oh, the many of you, like, it's the same, like, do anyone remember when you were a kid? Oh, if all your friends told you to jump off a cliff, would you? This groupthink mentality doesn't mean it's good. Just because the majority of you think that it's fine to work on this shit, the bed set, doesn't mean that the ones that walked out on it were wrong. Right? Like, come on. You use it. On Rust, our working hours and wages were fair and consistent with expectations. 12-hour days and turnarounds were standard, and typically we worked from 6 AM to 6 PM. Bonanza Creek Ranch is a historic film set, and its location and transportation requirements were well understood by all crew members. Housing was provided as required by the union. Payments were made generally on time. Generally on time. Great. And amounts were as agreed to per individual or department deals. This just goes on. It is such a shit show statement. The working morale on set was high. Laughter and optimism were common amongst cast and crew until people walked out. For the director down to the production assistants, all departments worked well together, collaborating and helping each other achieve shared artistic goals. We were aware that we were producing good work, capturing beautiful imagery and great performances, and we were proud to be doing so. The work was hard but meaningful. Okay. We were inspired by the quality of the screenplay and the performances of the cast. Helena's work ethic was... This literally just sounds like they're trying to save the film. They're like, this film's never getting made, but please keep making this film. Doesn't it? This film's amazing, basically, is what they're saying. Like, what? Helena's work ethic was inspiring, and we were working to our highest ability to support her vision. The days were scheduled tightly, but appropriately. We were keeping pace, not falling behind schedule. And as a crew, we have no authority as to what happens above the line. That is the work of the producers, but in our experience, the producers and production managers were supportive of our efforts. They were on set daily and engaged with the crew, sharing in the same creative process. We felt that we were not just working for them, but with them. They availed themselves during safety meetings to discuss any and all safety or other concerns. Please do not allow a few disgruntled employees to affect your view of the rest of us. We are professionals in every department: accounting, assistant directors, casting, camera, art, props, special effects, electrics, grips, costumes, hair, makeup, sound, locations, medics, animal wranglers, health and safety, transportation, craft, services, catering, stunts, construction, and production office. Basically, it's buy my movie. The essay. We have worked at the highest levels in the industry and can and will be counted on to do so. I don't see... Oh, I do see props there. Well, that's wrong. They haven't worked at the highest in the industry, because we know who worked in props. In the meantime, we are supporting each other and cooperating with investigators. We kindly request that your speculation, generalizations about us and our colleagues be sympathetic until an investigation is concluded. Yeah, well, I mean, it would be if people didn't come out and just go, I don't feel like I'm to blame. People would be a little bit more sympathetic, for sure. We are grateful to our many friends and family that have reached out to us privately to offer compassion and support. Sincerely, cast and crew of Russ. And then a whole bunch of statements. But like, we don't know who actually... We don't know. We don't know. This could be no... Like, who are these people? No one. It's just nonsense. Isn't it? This screams buy the movie. And like, Alec Baldwin is such a distasteful individual at this point in time. You went out and did an interview. Why did you do it? A really staged interview, and then you deleted everything, and now this looks even more staged. Like, come on, you're not winning any, sympathy awards here. You're not winning the public's view of you. People are really rightly critical. Yeah, bad. Real bad. This should be deleted. You're not going to win anything from this. This is awful. I'm amazed it's got 8,000 likes on his Instagram. How? How has this got 8,000 likes? 8,000 plebs out there going, oh, just like that, yeah, without actually reading it. It's like all the idiots that just read headlines of things without getting into the nitty-gritty of it all. It's just pathetic. Use some critical thought. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Cheers. Take care.